Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back, non-league to Premier League. I am Louis, also known as Lurg. I hope you're all well. Did you have a nice Christmas if you celebrate? I hope so. I did. Not much else more to say, really. It's a lovely time of year. Get to spend it all with all the family, and it always ends up a little bit nuts, doesn't it, really? Right, in terms of signings. We've done a little bit of business, folks. We've done a little bit, not massive amounts, but we have done a little bit. So if we come in here, this is where we are. So, again, we haven't spent a penny and we've brought a little bit of money in. We let go a lot of players on free transfers and we've got some people out on loan. So Sean Rowley's gone out on a free transfer. Amol is on loan. We got rid of Tyrone Williams because he just makes mistake after mistake. Tate Campbell, Dave Scarr, Ryan Nesbitt and Glyn Poland are all on loans. Hopefully progress their development a little bit. Same as Luca. Oliver Denham, not really somebody we was looking to get rid of. But QPR coming from him, and as you would imagine from a youngster with quite a lot of potential. He wanted to go. I didn't want to upset the squad harmony with him piping on about wanting to leave, so we let him go. In terms of people we brought in, then Ben Williams, first of all, 16 years old, attacking midfielder. Not a world beater, but just somebody who got a little bit of potential. This is a man brought in by our assistant manager, and he's just rotting kind of in the under 18s at the minute. Might be able to do a job for us though when called upon. Then one of my signings, Ryan Bevan, is a right back and a central midfielder. Something that we desperately needed to improve in. We've actually got two right backs, spoiler alert. Yeah, I think he's going to do very, very well for us. Formerly of Swansea, as you will see here. Not played any senior games for them, but looks like he could be a really good signing. Edon Pretty, we do need to shore up in defence. We need some good rotation players. Mentally, this guy is really quite weak, so we're going to hope that doesn't knock him down too much. But Bosnian central defender, only on a very cheap wage as well. We've only got him in for a year, so if he doesn't work out, he can get on his bike. Another right back then, in Romeo Hutton. Statistically, not fantastic, but he's only really going to be playing backup a lot of the time to Bevan. Or I might have him in actually the first team and then use Bevan as kind of our substitute who can play in more than one role like we did a little bit with Archie Davis last year. Then Lewis Longstaff. This man was a brilliant pickup. Originally, when we tried to sign him, his agent walked away. We was trying to be too tight on the budgets. Then nobody else come in for him. His agent come back to us and said, we're looking to make a deal now. I'm absolutely chuffed with this. I have to apologise, the Bulldogs just opened the door. And yeah, formerly of Liverpool, I think he could be one of our star players this season. Very, very determined, got good amount of flair, good pace, good acceleration, very, very naturally fit. So we're not expecting him to pick up many injuries. And for a winger, that is essential. And he's going to be taking the place of Deviante Arancibia. So Arancibia is going to move back inside behind Charlie Ball, which is really good news. Then Joe Anderson. Joe is a left back who we brought in at cover. He's not going to be starting many games, I don't think. But we did let Mitch Hancock's go on a free. Bags and bags of potential in terms of his physicals and his technicals can improve. Mentally, not the strongest, but we are still only in League 2 at the minute, so hopefully somebody will push on. Again, only 20 years old. All of our signings, realistically, have been quite defensive this summer, because I think that's the place that we need to improve on the most. And then Benjamin Hill, central midfielder brought in, an outright central midfielder. Not the best at the moment. He has potential. He's got a few nice attributes, don't get me wrong. But I'm quite happy with our central midfield at the minute. They don't always play well together. But Osborne and Maxwell are very, very solid in that central role. So it's just, again, for backup, really. So if we come into, not tactics, if we go into our team report now, you will see in the squad depth screen, we've actually added depth to the squad everywhere that we needed to. Still a little bit short, really, on the right wing because Bennett, for some reason, has dropped half a star. But here, especially in defence where we needed improvement, we've got it. So I'm quite happy with the business that we've done in the summer. I mean, time will tell. In terms of pre-season, if I go into the schedule, we didn't have a bad pre-season at all. I mean, we got battered by Chelsea 6-0, which was horrendous. But then we drew with Stevenage 2-2. We beat Derby 2-1. We drew with FC Twente. Obviously, we beat the Welsh team 7-0. And then we beat Willem 2-0. I was actually really surprised by that. And then we're going to start off the season today with our Sky Bet League 2 game away at Stevenage. So we got a draw with them the last time we played, so it'll be a nice little test now to see how far we've come along. Financially, through doing that pre-season and holding the two little tournaments, we have got some money in the bank, and it has given us then some money to play with in terms of the transfer budget. But bear with me just a moment, I am going to have to close that door because it's annoying. Oh, issues of having dogs. She just wants to come in and be loved all the time. So, quite happy. We're on another coaching course as well. So, if I go home, we are currently studying for our Continental A license. So, we're hoping that that's again going to improve our reputation. I'm excited for this season. I really am. I'm excited to see where we go and how we get on. That being said, we're going to go straight into the game now. Burton Albion won their first game of the season against Peterborough, and that was a demolished job. Look at that, blimey. So, in the last two, if we go back to that head-to-head there, we've actually beat Stevenage twice last season. We've done a double over them, so it'd be nice to get a real good start again today if we can. The teams are warming up. Didn't tell you who's in the starting 11, did I? There we go. So we've got, oh no. Yes, we've got OK in goal. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name properly. Forgot to mention, Boot got injured in pre-season. He's out for a little while, so that's something that could be an issue for us. So we've got Anderson, Feeney, Baines and Hutton at the back. We stick with the midfielders, very, very similar midfielders to last year in Osborne, Maxwell, Stanley, Aaron Sibia and Longstaff, and then we've got Charlie Ball up front. Hoping, folks, for a really nice start to the season today. I'm going to assertively say, come on lads, show me what you can do. And then just tell them all that I've got faith in them, for those who are not G'd up, to get them a little bit G'd up. And I'm going to need to start and pause just to make sure that everything's back on, because during pre-season I don't watch any highlights at all. We want goals, disallowed offside goals, and tight offsides, goal line technology. Yeah, that'll do. Right then, so let's get into the game. Feeney has the ball, plays it to Baines. Maxwell now. Hits it over the top. Aaron Sibia's through one-on-one, and that's a good save from Ray. Van Kooten does clear, and the chance is gone. But that was a really nice start from us. Aaron Sibia now. Plays the ball back to Hutton. Hutton inside to Osborne, back to Maxwell. Don't go all the way back. He plays Osborne again. He looks out for Anderson on the left, who's overlapping. Gets the crossing, it's blocked. And Digby brings the ball forward, charging forward into our area. To the nice open space where he should have been there. Kennedy at the back post. Hutton lets him get the header. And it was our left back, Anderson, who was out of position because he was on the overlap originally. And that nearly left us high and dry there, folks. That was horrible. Guthrie brings it forward on the right-hand side. Baines does cover. But Baines is covering where is Hutton is the question. Baines plays it out to Hutton now. And again, the highlight's gone. There's highlights going on, but not really much going on in the match, if that makes sense. We are controlling possession. Baines now. Lumps it forward for Charlie. Can't get onto the ball. Parrott plays it back to the keeper. Ray does smash it out wide. Kennedy gets hold of it. Aaron Sibia intercepts though. Stanley now. Goes for goal himself. Oh, and that was a really good reflex save. I mean, he had two men in the centre there, Stanley did. He had better options, but it wasn't a bad effort. Oh, Charlie at the back post. How does he miss that? A free header, and it's straight over the bar. That's an awful attempt from a man who was so prolific last season. You would have put your mortgage on him scoring there, folks. That was terrible. Right, we are going to tell them that we want to show a little bit of passion here. Oh, that's frustrated them. Well, it's frustrated just Mark Feeney and inspired nobody. First half, then running down to a close, not overly exciting. We're very, very dominant in terms of possession, but possession itself doesn't mean anything if you're not not doing anything meaningful with it. I'm going to assertively say I'm not happy with that first half performance because I wasn't. Let's see if we can just fire the boys up a little bit. Over the top. Is intercepted by Feeney. Anderson with the ball. Plays it long looking for Charlie. Again, the centre-backs just refuse to play the simple ball, and that puts Guthrie in behind. Okay, does get across, but it doesn't really need to. But we're on shorter passing. Like, we're expected to be playing, not necessarily play out from the back, but stop just lumping it up front. And that was, oh my goodness, how did that not go in? Aaron Sibia picks up the ball. Oh, okay. I was just about to start. No, I didn't want to show some passion. I wanted to go get creative. And Longstaff, just as we were saying before this, how he shouldn't be getting injured this season. Because he's so naturally fit, goes and gets injured, and that's terrible. I'm going to bring Maxwell off as well. I don't like the fact that he's on a yellow card at the moment. And it's not going to do me any good if we go down to 10 men here, because at the minute they are they're the team in the ascendancy. They've come back into things in the second half of Stevenage. Again, a long ball up to Charlie. Aaron Sibia though plays it nicely first time through to Vincent, who's only just come on, and what a finish! This lad earned himself a new contract last season. Forced out of the team by the signing of Longstaff, Aaron Sibia getting ahead of him just purely on the amounts of assists and goals he's got. And this was lovely. I mean, Aaron Sibia again with the assist, a really nice through ball. First into the box. Lovely strike across the face of the keeper, who doesn't really try to get anything of it, and that was sensational. We are still the better side. I wouldn't say that we're overly dominant. They are fired up now. The second half again is ticking away. It's going very, very quickly. There's not an awful lot happening. I mean, we'll be happy for not an awful lot to happen from here. Osborne whips in the cross. Oh, no, it doesn't go through to Aaron Sibia. They're clear. Kennedy now charging through, and Hutton with a fantastic challenge. Anderson doesn't go to the ball, though. He does, however, play it back to Aaron Sibia. Inside to Osborne, and knocks it forward for Vincent again. And is he going to make it two? He's not. That was a clear-cut chance. He had two in the middle with him. Our decision-making at times is really questionable. Aaron Sibia going to recycle the ball. Stanley gets it back in. Van Kooten heads it very poorly out. Aaron Sibia to Stanley. Plays it across the middle and just not very good delivery. Guthrie now charges forward. They do have men forward, but we've got numbers back behind the ball, and that's very well dealt with. We look like we should secure the 3 points here. Stanley whips in the free kick. Tugan gets it out. Van Kooten, sorry. Charlie Ball. The man's been very quiet today. You would expect to have at least got a goal. Hutton. Speaking of getting a goal, there it is. Charlie Ball applies to finish. He never lets us down. We love you, Charlie. We do. Always good for a goal is this youngster. And he's just... I mean, he's missed a couple of chances. But he's always good. And look at that. Cool as you like on the underside of the bar. Tad lucky as well. You know, you got to admit when the chance it was a little bit of luck to that. But fantastic start to the season. Overall, the lads played very, very well. So we can't grumble with that. So we are going to passionately say, very pleased with your performance. And the results go along with it. So that is going to be all from us today. We start off the season with a win. always nice to do so. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Obviously, I won't see you now until Wednesday. So, whatever you're doing tomorrow night, please be safe. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve. I hope you all get very merry. Enjoy yourselves. Catch you Wednesday. See you guys.